Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I thought that I would do a little January TBR. I'll be honest, it is a pretty hefty amount, but I do want to be ambitious and see how many I can get through. These are all of the physical books that I have. And then I have a couple of books that I'm probably either going to try and find on my Kindle or somewhere online, or maybe I will go out and purchase these books. Alright, so the first book that I have is The Woman in the Window. I've actually watched the movie. I know you're technically supposed to read the book then watch the movie, but honestly I found out about the book, or found out about the movie prior to the book. So now I want to read the book and see if it is anything similar to the movie. Honestly, I'll be a little disappointed if it is, because the movie wasn't all that good, but I've heard really good things about the book, so I am definitely excited to dive into this. So this book is about Anna Fox. She lives alone. She doesn't really ever leave her house, and she can't leave her house, so she's just home all the time. There's a family named the Russells. They move across the street, and it's the dad, the mom, and then they have a teenage son. One night she's looking out her window and she's looking at their house, and she sees something happen. So basically the whole time I feel like she's kind of questioning herself, like, did I really see this? Like, what's going on? Did this really happen? So basically the book, I'm assuming, is just kind of figuring out what happened. The next book that I have, I actually just got in the mail yesterday. I'm so excited for this book. It is Mary Jane. So this book sounds really good. This book is about Mary Jane. She's a 14-year-old girl. She ends up getting a summer job as a nanny working for a doctor. Apparently the house looks very tidy on the exterior, but when you get inside, there's just a huge clutter, disastrous mess in there. So the back of the book says, the doctor is a psychiatrist who has taken in a famous rock star and his movie star wife for the summer so that the rock star can get clean. This book just sounds really interesting. If I hadn't heard about it, I don't think that it would be something of interest to me. Okay, this next book I have had for months. I think I picked it up one time, read like 10 pages, put it down, never looked at it again. I've probably had this sitting on my shelf for like at least a good like 9 months. The next book that I have is The Paris Connection. So it says, when Hannah and her boyfriend Simon set out to Amsterdam, they're confident that they'll make it to her sister's wedding in time. However, unbeknownst to them, their train is scheduled to divide in the middle of the night, and when it does, half of it continues the route to Amsterdam, and the other half, the one with Hannah in it, heads 300 miles away to Paris. Left without her belongings or hope of reuniting with Simon, Hannah has no choice but to spend the day in Paris before the next train out. Worse than being stranded in a foreign city alone, being stuck with Leo, the handsome but infuriating Frenchman who blames Hannah for his unwanted delay. Okay, so my prediction, I feel like maybe she's gonna leave her boyfriend Simon and end up with Leo. That's kind of where I'm going with that. Next up, I have Anna and the French Kiss. He's taken, and Hannah might be too. Well, your romantic near misses end with the French kiss she's been waiting for. Okay, this sounds so cute. I want to read this. This sounds really, really cute. Okay. Oh, I love when books are like, I love when the font is like this. I think it's just really nice. I think it just makes things easier to read. If a book has small font, then I'm less likely to read it, just because I'm like, oh, it's gonna take me forever just to get through that page. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like people can kind of relate to that. If the page is still lengthy, I get bored. So I like this. I like when it's big font, you know, even if it is like a pretty lengthy book. I feel like this book is pretty thick. It's like nearly 400 pages, but I feel like I could breeze through this just because of the way that it's written. Okay, the next book that I have is for all the fantasy lovers. I personally am just into romance and thrillers. I don't really dive into fantasy, but I know this book is super popular, so I do want to give it a try. I'm talking about The Cruel Prince. Honestly, I don't know what this book is about, and I'm not going to read the back because I just want to go in, no expectations. The next book I have, of course, I have to include some Colleen Hoover in there because I just love her. So the next book I have is Maybe Someday. I know that this is like part of a series. I'm gonna have to look it up. I don't know if this is the first book or not. Okay, no, yes, okay, so this is the first book. So it goes Maybe Someday, Maybe Not, and Maybe Now. Okay, so currently I only have Maybe Someday, so I'm gonna read this and I hope it's good, and then if I like it, I will probably try to get the rest of the series. The next book that I have is People We Meet on Vacation. I feel like I have quite a few popular Emily Henry books in here. I've never read an Emily Henry book, so I'm excited to read this. I gave Beach Read a try, but I don't know why, but I ended up putting it down. I will probably try to pick it back up. I have quite a few books. I do this thing where I read it, and if I'm not interested immediately, I will put it away. And I really want to break out of that because I think I might be stopping myself from actually enjoying books. Like, these books are popular for a reason, you know, obviously people like them. So I'm gonna try to stop reading a book, not being immediately interested, and then just leaving it, because I feel like there's so many more books that I could have finished, but I don't because I jump from book to book. So that is a habit I'm really trying to break this year. Apparently something happened on their last trip that they took together that kind of severed their relationship. So I guess I'm pretty sure the book is kind of going to bring them back together, or the book is going to take us through their whole relationship and see if they're going to be able to come back together. Hope that it'll keep me interested. I'm going to try to keep reading it. Okay, so the next book that I have is Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score. So this book is about Naomi Witt. She has become a runaway bride. She's running away from her fiance, running away from their church, and she decides to just drop everything and go with her twin Tina to knock him out. I think that's how you say that. So it's basically an old-fashioned town. Just, I guess maybe she just wants to get away from her current life. She's like, you know how some people get in their minds and they're like, this is just not what I want. So I think this is actually going to be a really good read. It's a romance book. I love romance books, so I'm very much looking forward to reading this. She is very thick though. Okay, next up we have All the Bright Places. So we have Theodore and Violet. I think that they are basically like the kind of opposites attract type of thing. It says, Finch is very fascinated by death. Every day he thinks of the ways he might die. It says Violet lives for the future. She's counting the days until graduation. Begins to shrink. Oh my gosh. Wait, this sounds so cute. Oh my gosh. I just read this and I'm getting emotional, so I feel like I might cry if I read this. And honestly, I can't name a book that has made me cry. Okay, so the last physical book that I have is The Cellar. I just recently got this book at Barnes & Noble. I read a little bit of the back, but I don't really want to read it. I just know that it's a mystery. Or at least it sounds like a mystery. It's young adult fiction. The cover looks pretty creepy. Like, it looks like it could be something dark. I don't really know. But I do want to read some more mysteries, so I'm excited to read this, but I don't want to read the synopsis because I just want to go in blind. I'm trying to just go, read, and not have really any set expectations for books. Okay, so now I'm just kind of going to list off the couple of books that I have, or the couple of books that I don't have a physical copy of, but they are still on my TBR. So I have By a Thread by Lucy Score, The Housemaid by Frida McFadden, The Guest List by Lucy Foley, The Wife Upstairs by Rachel Hawken, and Love on the Brain by Allie Hazelwood. If you watched my basically like kind of wrap-up video of all the books that I read in 2022, I did talk about The Love Hypothesis by Allie Hazelwood. I feel like so many people love that book. There were people in my comments that were like, I can't believe that you didn't like it. Okay, I'm sorry, you guys. I'm sorry. I don't know what to say. It just, that book put me in a reading slump. I'm really upset about that book, but I do want to give her another chance because Love on the Brain, the cover of Love on the Brain, look at this. The cover of Love on the Brain is cute. So I'm going to give it a try. Honestly, I don't really know what any of these books are about, and I want to, like I said, I just want to go in blind, so I'm just going to leave it at that. But those are books that I do have on my TBR. Alright guys, thank you all so much for watching. Those are all the books that I have on my current TBR for January. We are a couple of days into the month, but I'm currently reading a couple of books right now, so hopefully when I finish those up, I will try to jump on this stack and see how many I can read. Thank you all so much for watching, and thank you to all of the people that have recently been subscribing to me. I'm really happy that you guys enjoy my book content. Please comment down below any book videos you guys want to see. I could do reading vlogs. I plan to do like wrap-ups at the end of every month and just kind of go over all the books that I read and give you guys my ratings of them, because I feel like surprisingly people actually kind of seem to care about my opinion about books, so that makes me really happy. So yeah, you guys just comment down below, let me know what you guys want to see, and I will do my best to fulfill your needs. Anyway, I'm gonna stop rambling. Thank you all again so much for watching. Please be sure to subscribe. I love you guys so much. I'm loving all the support that I've been getting, and I'm just so excited for what's to come with this channel. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.
Why you be all in your feelings, making me look like a villain when I thought we was just chilling? Hey, yeah.